the game, cause see the boxing voice.
We are back only on the Square Circle at the Sports Swami, only on ThaBoxingvoice.com. Join me on the line here. This man will be fighting. It's January 12th. It's going to be at the Cowboys Dance Hall in San Antonio, Texas. He'll be taking on the ever-dangerous Andrew Hernandez. I give you once again the undefeated light heavyweight sensation. I give you Ahmed Elbiali. Ahmed, let's start off here. Andrew Hernandez, what's the goal here for this fight? Coming from your last fight, what do you want to improve on going forward here?
I mean, every fight is a way for me to showcase my skills and showcase why I am a top prospect in boxing, and that's what I'm just hoping to come in and do. Last fight, a lot of things stood out that I was doing wrong, and that's completely fine. It comes with boxing. It comes in a single sport like boxing, and I'm glad that it happened. And I'm sure it'll happen again in other fights. Every fighter has his ups and downs, and having your downs always teaches you more. So coming to this fight is just general things that I've learned, and I think it comes along, especially with experience. So.
What went wrong the last fight? And I know we're definitely going to talk about Andrew Hernandez, but going back to your last fight, what went wrong? I mean, when you got to sit down, everything went back to when you had some time to contemplate. In your words, what did you not like about this fight? What went wrong during Mariano Hilario?
Yeah, everything was good. I mean, one thing was I found out who I'm fighting the night before. I mean, I've trained for an 8-round fight, and I'm used to the amateurs. But in the pros, you expect to get some footage. But I found out who I'm fighting the day of the weigh-in. It was just everyone had it wrong. It happens. It's fine with me. I just like to study and get a hold of my opponents before the fight. I mean, Mariano wasn't a terrible fighter. I wouldn't say he was a bad fighter at all. He was a former Olympian, or a Dominican national team representative. We know him. I'm friends with him. We have similar friends. So it's not that. What went wrong, I would say, is just basic mistakes at the moment. I started off well, but then I guess I got so ahead of myself with all the knockouts that I've been getting, and that's I'm so happy that happens again. I'm glad it happened again to me. It wakes me up, teaches me that boxing is about boxing. It's not about completely annihilating and knocking people out every fight in the first round. Taught me to want to knock people out in the 5th round, knock people out in the 7th, in the 3rd, in the 4th, whenever it comes. But for me to search for it in a smart way, that's what I would say I learned the most. I have so many things to offer in boxing. I have great footwork. I have a great jab. I have power in both hands, and I move very well for a light heavyweight. So, eventually, with the experience and time, fight by fight, I'll be able to improve and show people exactly what I have.
Were you happy you at least got rounds for a change? Because last couple of fights, you've been going. The fight ended either in the 3rd round or 2nd round. One fight we actually went the full 6 rounds, but he was holding like crazy. 1st round knockout. This fight, at least, it was 8 rounds. It was some tough at the end. It was, stuff needs to be worked on. Was this what you want, though, where you get this fight out of the way? You get that ugly fight out so you can figure out what needs to be fixed before it just sneaks up on you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. It was a perfect fight in a perfect time in my career. I mean, I don't look at anything in a bad or negative way. I don't see it as a bad fight for me. I won every round clearly, but at this point in my career, it's not really. It sucks to say, but it's not. Everything is not about winning. It's about winning, of course, number 1, 2, and showing everyone what you have and what you bring to the table in this sport. Everyone's judging you and criticizing you in boxing, so I'm very aware of that, and I don't need to shut anybody up. Everybody's going to always have their opinions, and whether people like me or whether they don't, it's just the way of life. But my job is to take care of my health, win, and look good winning.
Getting off the subject of boxing for a second, we are in a new era where we're seeing what's going on in the world with ISIS, with everything going on in the Middle East here. You are a American Muslim here. We've heard talks of either from the media, from third world sources, oh, these people should not be allowed in. Muslim is yummy. Oh, not Muslims are all bad. But we don't see what goes on, down the road. Within the last couple of years, when you've been seeing everything, how worried do you get that this might, unfortunately start blowing up in your face? That you might get blackballed because you're just, Muslim. You're not a terrorist. You're not, illegal, but you're lumped in with the whole crowd. If you are Muslim in times, there's a lot of people who don't even deal with you right now.
I mean, I was raised in America. I was raised here, and my belief is for my belief. I don't care whether I was raised with Jewish, Christians, Hindus, Sikhs, so many different types of religions. But as far as that goes, it's just all I can wish for and pray for is the world to become a better place. And I mean, my ultimate goal is not to just do something in boxing. Of course, I think boxing can give me a name and an image for Muslim Americans like myself, and also to represent Americans, Hispanics, Asians, Africans in every possible way. There are kids like me that are searching for these opportunities that America gives us, and it's great. I'm just a normal dude that had a dream in boxing, and that's going for it. I have no family in boxing. I have no friends in boxing. I just got into it myself, and I had a dream of becoming a world champion, and I'm just blessed to be on that road. I'm not there yet, but I'm just blessed to be on this way. And in a lot of countries, even in Europe, a lot of great fighters don't get this opportunity. So, and America is a great place for all of us. And I think our generation, my generation, and the following generation will make this world a better place. I really feel we're outspoken, we're intelligent. We don't care what people think. We don't care what people say. And I really think this next generation is the one that's gonna, change the world in many ways. Both negative and positive, but I think more in a lot of positive ways. We're the new voice, and you know what? A lot has happened since, I would say, even 2000. Just 2000 alone, 2000 and beyond. We've already done so much for the world. So I'm looking forward to world peace, and I know one day it'll come.
Well, we come back once again. We got a whole lot more only on the Squared Circle with the Sports Swami, only on ThaBoxingvoice.com.